I was saying join.
Okay, we're technically live on YouTube. I don't know if anybody wants to go and check it out to see if it's actually working.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right, somebody
We
check it
are
out. We're good to
live.
start,
Is it
right?
when
People are
it's defending
volunteered.
Fox? It's Bill O'Reilly trying to defend Fox News.
What?
He's not even on Fox News anymore.
Don't go off
Oh,
topic.
he melted down and he got kicked out.
No, dude, no.
Oh
No,
my
no,
goodness.
That meltdown was years ago. He got fired for other reasons.
Oh, shit.
Did we go
Can we start?
so off topic so
I really want to say that,
quickly?
Manny. And we
Es que
start.
Bill O'Reilly, tú no sabes quién es. Es como el tipo que
Yes,
siempre.
we
We don't care. We know who he is. We don't
I'm
care
trying to
about
rush.
him.
Everybody's like, oh, it takes too long.
He's
And
a
I think we
douchebag,
have an
yeah.
hour in there.
All right, great
Right,
start,
go.
y'all. All right, so I'm starting in
Wait,
three.
I can't find the channel on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Manny, these are growing pains, man. You gotta fucking deal with it.
All right, what's the channel?
Sorry.
Can't find it.
Me neither. Is it hidden?
I thought you were streaming on it.
Betrayed
I
by the
thought I was
algorithm?
too, but I guess I need to like figure it out.
Ooh, my goodness.
Okay, I'm on it right now. Oh, there
¿Cómo
we
se
go.
llama? What?
There we go. We are live.
Is it Gaming Meal or The Gaming Meal?
We are live.
¿Cómo se llama? What?
Okay.
It's probably some ID. Like I don't know. I don't think we have a URL.
We are live. Okay.
It's probably some ID. Like I don't know. I don't think we
Yeah,
have
but it's
a
usually
URL.
like the search, right? Like
Okay, I'm gonna send you guys the link. I found it. I just don't know why it doesn't show up in search. Maybe.
Did you put it? Where'd you put it? On Discord or?
No, it's on YouTube.
I can find.
No, no, I'm talking
It's
about the
live. Can we
video
see
on
It's,
how to
it is
Genshin Impact? Why?
because I'm gonna play while you guys talk.
But that doesn't make much sense.
I'm gonna
No.
send you the.
Why not? I don't have a background. At least I can do both this
You
way.
had a background before, no? With the thing.
Yeah, but that was on Twitch. I want to try YouTube.
Nice.
Can you do that same background
No,
on YouTube?
I had to reinstall the whole thing, and I only had 10 minutes to set up.
What? Just let her set up. Who cares?
I care. Like, this is
Why?
fucking-
Let me just play my game, man.
Play her game. What are you playing?
My
Are we gonna, what are
Genshin.
we, yeah, we're gonna be into the background.
That's gluttony right there.
Lot. The wrong one.
The
That's a
Genshin
lot.
background.
What the opposite? It's hard work.
It's a good game. Just because it's gotcha.
Actually,
That's
that could
not-
be Lust.
That's no
That could be
reason
Lust.
to say the game.
That could be. That's a perfect Lust game because it has something
Yeah.
for everyone.
Rusty.
The thing is, like, why doesn't the channel show up when I search for it? I guess I gotta figure that out later.
Gotcha, bitch. That's the Dave Chappelle. Joke.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us
Yeah.
today.
No, we haven't even started. Okay, let's start. Sorry. I'm good now.
I just started.
All right.
To play us
Starting
out.
What?
in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 132 of our weekly Gaming Meal podcast. As usual, we are here to deliver some gaming-related news and discussions in the form of a 3-course meal. I'm one of your hosts, Manny, and I'm here with Eric,
Hey, everyone.
Myka,
Hello.
Gilbert, one of your hosts, Manny,
Hey, what's going on?
and Caesar.
My gamers!
It's been a while since the whole crew has been together, I feel like.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
it's been a while.
We got all the elements of the, Captain Planet.
The
again.
Triforce.
All right, so
Don't pollute in gaming. Like the Digiverse is just as polluted.
The DG Bursts. Shit, I haven't heard this in
I'm
ages.
not gonna give it to Zuckerberg, man. He abandoned Metaverse recently. I heard
He did.
abandoned Metaverse.
all right, so in today's episode, our main course will be about the 7 deadly sins. We'll figure out what that means in a little while. Before that, right, we start off with some appetizers or brief discussions on current gaming news. Take it away, bro.
All right. So for this week's first appetizer, we're going to talk about, I guess, lawsuits. You're like, what? This isn't that type of a show. Well, it is if it's video game related. Sorry?
He said objection. Like,
Said objection.
Ah,
Phoenix
okay,
Wright.
okay. That was good. That was good. I literally didn't get it. Sorry.
Overruled.
So, overruled. Is that what they
Somebody
say
doesn't
that?
play Phoenix, right?
I don't play it. You can tell.
But come on.
Oh, it requires reading? No.
It's one of those things that like everybody's kind of at least knows a little bit about it. A little bit about it.
Objection.
So, okay. So with that, I'm literally waiting. See, sorry for the pause. All right.
He's
So
like,
with that,
I don't know what to
the
say to
Yeah,
news
that's
comes.
setups, man. He's laying it up. Why can't
I know. I'm not used to the
Yeah,
super
man,
setups
we're
that you
missing
guys are
some,
drawing. 'Cause-
you know.
So okay,
Bombito
so
picture.
with that, the trick is that Nintendo apparently wants to force Discord, the chat
The messaging, the
application,
gaming
right, the
messaging.
service,
That's right.
to basically disclose apparently a Zelda leaker that has been leaking information about Tears of the Kingdom through the artwork for the game. And apparently, Nintendo apparently has filed an application to subpoena Discord to attempt to track down the user that leaked the artwork. 'Cause he posted like images and stuff from the art book that's not out. So that contains spoilers, right? Because it contains like things that you can build in the game. if you've seen
Is
the
it
last
only
trailer.
one person leaking it?
Yeah.
We don't know. It's one user, yeah. For all you know, it's like a team of people that are using one username,
You don't
right?
know, but
you don't
we can assume
know.
it's
We
one person.
can assume yes, because they're looking for the one identity, right?
Give me the man.
He could be posting it, but he could be getting fed by multiple. We don't know. We don't know
We
how
don't know
big
where he's
the
getting
operation
it.
is.
But the fact that Nintendo, first of all, because Nintendo basically, they always say, oh, this is not real, I don't believe the leaks that you're seeing, and blah, 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 blah. It's real. Spoiler alert.
the name of the motherfucker.
It's real. Because they're suing. It's real. Exactly. So,
Does Nintendo have a gun pointed at Discord's head? Like, what is Nintendo packing here?
no, it's basically...
A lot of lawyers.
A lot of lawyers.
Basically, it's a lawyer
A
trying
lot
to
of
force...
lawyers.
Trying to force Discord to be like, hey, you need to reveal the identity of this person because they're costing us
Give
money,
us,
whatever.
and they're asking for their address, their name, full
Yeah.
name,
They're
all their information, bro.
I'm a
All
gun.
of
Yeah.
it.
I'm a
They're
gun.
asking for the full information, like IP address. They
Credit
want to track
card,
them down. Nintendo basically
social
wants to send
security
people to the
number.
guy's house to knock on the door,
Yep.
and shit happened.
Yeah, like arrest them or
Holy
something.
crap. What? That's aggressive, Nintendo.
No,
What
this
are you
isn't-
doing?
This might not be.
No,
Is
they-
it illegal? I think it's illegal.
Illegal.
You're
what?
Walk
breaking
us
an
through it.
NDA.
Why? Walk us through it, Ari. Why is it legal?
Well, I'm not saying it is legal.
It is. They're
Oh.
asking for it.
No, it is illegal.
It's
No, it is illegal. What the guy's doing? What the
They're
guy's
asking-
doing?
They can ask all they
Revealing
want,
revealing the artwork information.
Apple didn't fucking bend to the U.S. I mean, the U.S. just cracked it, right?
Okay,
Apple
never mind. You
didn't
guys
have
are
to bend.
gone.
We're talking the
No.
Apple stuff.
No. You're talking about
We're talking the Apple
crime.
stuff.
I don't think it's the same kind of level. You're talking about like
It's not that. It's not that.
At that level,
unlocking
but I
forms
mean,
for like criminal activity or this is like I mean like I don't know. I know video game leaks happen, but I've never seen a company try to go through another company to get the identity of a leaker.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
but
Like-
it happens.
I'm sure it does in a dark room in the back alleys of the Silicon Valley.
So, Manny, what do you think of what Nintendo's trying to do with like Discord? Should Discord give them the information or fight it?
I mean, I don't know if it sets up bad precedents, but I think Nintendo definitely wants to catch this leaker, right, and plug the hole, if you will. So, if Discord is the best source, then they'll pursue. Knowing Nintendo, they're gonna pursue every possible avenue for
Yeah.
legal, whatever, like
Take
to
it,
stop
test
that.
the system out.
Man,
What
this feels like Nintendo's like you don't mess with them, okay? They will go after you, and then
You
they'll
never
go
do,
after
dude. Like
the
there's
rest of your
been
family and then your
countless-
cousins, and they're gonna make sure you don't
You're gonna
get back
sleep
up.
with the fishes.
there's been countless of examples where like we with emulation, with modding, or like fan projects, Nintendo always shuts that shit down. Always, always, always. They'll pursue the the culprit or the perpetrator, if you will, and like threaten them with legal, like stuff. And most people can't handle like fucking fighting Nintendo, so they just go like, oh okay, I'm backing off.
10:45, we have a perp. Run after him. Get him. Nintendo. Let's DDoS him. DDoS. You're getting doxxed. You're getting doxxed. Get here. I don't agree with Nintendo. I don't think they should be able to do this. You know what? They should treat their people right. They're getting a leaker. That's on them.
There's companies that are worse leakers or more serial leakers, and they don't care.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
they always try to like pursue legal action, but I don't like again. I've never seen a company ask another company for somebody's identity.
What?
Well, it happens all the time.
That
right?
happens all the time.
Tell
It
me,
happens
give me
all
an
the time.
example.
I mean, I gave you the one with the Apple and the
Yeah,
phone
but that
and the FBI.
that wasn't really criminal. I'm like no, I wanted a specific example with a video game leak.
Oh, okay. That's I don't know about that.
Grand Theft Auto hack. How about
Well,
that
there
one?
you go.
Did they pursue it?
Yeah.
Like who do
Oh,
they
yeah.
ask?
Yeah, they
Who did
did.
they ask?
Oh,
They
yeah,
went,
legal.
They went after
That
him
was
with
huge,
everything.
Dude, I've seen people get doxxed.
But that's different. That's a hack. This is a leak. I mean, it could be.
Yeah,
it
that
could
was
be,
a hack.
They're very similar, though. At the end of the day, information got out. So
Listen, I have no problem with leaks. Honestly, what harm is it? The company doesn't get to wow you because you were so deep in it that you found the goddamn leak and read all about it. Come on. Like, what is this really doing to Nintendo at the end of the day?
it could
I mean,
damage.
it's,
Yeah.
I mean, but companies by nature do not like leaks.
Of course they don't. They don't like leaks. Leaks means
It
that
depends
they-
on. But it depends on the information being leaked out,
Right,
dude. Like if it's like the entire game being leaked out, you
But,
don't think
yeah,
that's
like-
gonna damage them?
That's definitely gonna damage.
Yeah,
Now,
and-
if it's just a spoiler, like the Spoy Boys would have gotten arrested back in the day when they screwed Harry Potter fans over. Y'all remember about that? Whoo-hee!
Yeah, but think about it. Like leaks happen. Like remember when Suicide Squad a few weeks ago had a leaked image from the game that had all those microtransactions and all those season pass and all that stuff. They didn't really go after them. They were mad. They were like, "God damn it, whoever leaked this shit, we hate
Yeah,
you."
but it also cost a lot of negative impressions right upon that
Correct.
game.
Yeah, because
Mind you,
they were not the
those
ones who told
impressions would probably happen eventually, but
Yeah.
like it was out of their control. Like they
Correct.
couldn't set it up.
Defamation. That's the thing. It's not defamation. It's telling the public, remember Cyberpunk, boys and girls? Like, do we remember Cyberpunk? What do we remember? Hello Games with their release, like all the lies and the bullshit, and then no, I'm not gonna let you try it. Just buy it and then fuck you. You remember that? I don't know, man. I'm sitting back and looking at this, and I'm like, two-way street, motherfucker.
But I don't know. Like a couple of bad apples shouldn't give you an excuse for like
Yeah,
people
it's
to
not-
break.
You're right. You're
You
right.
know,
Definitely right.
if anything, those two are more examples of sins, if you will, right?
Oh,
Just
dear.
to be on topic.
Foreshadowing.
Exactly.
No,
Then
But the issue for this, and we need to start wrapping this up because it's a good conversation. I want to move forward. Is yeah, you have an art book for the game. It leaks. There's images outside that reveal parts of the game. How much why is it that they, particularly Nintendo, has to go this into finding this identity? Like, we must stop this leak immediately. When it really happens to the companies, most likely, I just don't pay attention enough to be like, oh, an art book came out for the next Destiny expansion. Here's the leaked images. I'm like, I kind of don't care. Like, it doesn't affect my enjoyment of what's gonna come up, if anything. I don't think it hurts Nintendo. It's like, so people know X person's gonna be the final boss or whatever because their art came out. that's a spoiler, and for me, it's like I don't care because I wasn't playing Zelda for that. It's like if Mario, the leak is that the final boss is Bowser, and it's like I already knew Bowser was gonna be there. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big deal to me. Why Nintendo's pushing so much, but Nintendo's like this.
They just want to protect their property, dude, and this is theft
I
at the very
disagree.
least, you know.
I disagree with that, Eric. I feel like it's important to keep, spoilers where they should be, not spoiled. However, I mean, the way they're going about it, they're trying to catch the guy who's providing the information.
What I'm arguing it is against taking the legal action against Discord.
Yeah.
They want to find out the leakers.
but
Everybody does this. Everybody
I think
asks
that they're
Discord,
allowed to
"Hey,
do that.
give us
I
the
don't
information.
think
Let's
they're
figure it out who it is."
That's their. I mean,
Nintendo's
that's
like,
their
"I'm gonna
angle.
sue you
He
for
put
it."
it on a Discord
Think
server.
about it. You have to if one person does, you have to rationalize this in the way that if one person gets the right to do that, everybody needs to get the right to do that in a society that we live in.
So look, if
Think
Nintendo
about
gets the
everybody
right
being able
to
to just
find the
play.
user's identity
Yeah,
from this
do
lawsuit,
that.
every single person, every time there's an user that says something that even though they're guessing, like the next game, Sony is gonna announce Destiny 3 at E3 2024. It's like, oh shit, that's a leaker. We must get it. We must know the name of the user. I forget what's guessing.
You
And
can't
it doesn't
say
matter
that.
because
This
the
is
president
this is an actual leak, and obviously it's a leak compared to somebody speculating.
correct.
It's
But
very
the
different.
point is,
Here's the
at
happy
what point?
medium, Gilbert. You signed a contract when you entered a company, and you
And-
were told that you could not disclose any of the information. Now, because you are a employee, through the government, they can send an investigation and pay the government to do an investigation, and the investigatory team can go after the company. But through this third party, we maintain the social status. So that's my solution to your problem, Gilbert, right there. Oh, what do you think?
Okay.
You gonna buy it?
So don't use
I didn't
Discord.
get that at all.
Yeah, definitely need to go to
all
the
right,
police. You need to
we
go to
probably
the
are going.
channel.
We're
That's
not
what I'm
going to
saying
solve
for
this here.
Nintendo.
All right, Pineapple. So I'm going to move us forward because we're not going to solve this here.
Nintendo.
Real,
Oh!
Manny,
Real-
last yeah.
just real quick. Did you guys know that there's a bunch of like Ukraine documents that were also leaked on Discord through so like a Minecraft Discord server or something
What?
like that?
I had no idea.
Yeah, like something similar just happened with probably far more,
Real world
Yeah,
application.
exactly
real
real world
world.
impact and importance.
Yeah.
Real
Um,
world.
Those I understand. This is the point. The art book from Zelda, from a game that comes out in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's not.
Well,
the-
what was the information of the leak? That's what I'm saying. Like it depends
Probably
on the
just
information.
screenshots.
It's just art book. It's screenshots from the art book that show things that Link can build, different environments. Probably, as I said, some enemy types.
I don't think that's a big deal.
They just
Again,
wanna
and the
fire
game comes
this
out in a
dude.
month.
Gilbert, they just want to fire that dude. Whoever fucking.
Yeah.
Well, my point is that by the time this
Fire
goes to
this
court,
motherfucker.
by the time this goes to court, the game's out.
Well, John, I'm
Yeah.
sorry you worked overtime. You're fired.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
Again, that's why
Nintendo-
my Nintendo. It's like, look, if this came out and the game's out 2 years from now, it's like, oh shit, yeah.
Honestly,
That's
I'm
all.
not with Nintendo on this one. That's my final word on that.
All right,
Yeah,
let's move on.
I don't
Next
think many
topic.
people are, but it's their property. I would say they're
It's their
Put it
right
on
to use their
Exactly.
money and their lawyers
Exactly.
however they want. Sure.
Yeah, they're gonna follow it up, but I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
thinking. I just think that they shouldn't have the power. I don't think I would agree with them as a judge. I'm sorry, Nintendo. I'm just being the
It's not the
judge here.
power. It's like, what are you gonna
Yeah.
stop? 2 weeks more of worth of leaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we saved it. What are you saying?
no. I mean, they might be thinking long term too, right? Like if this person actually has access.
deterrent.
If he's
Yeah,
being
I mean,
defeated-
Yeah,
he might leak.
exactly.
Next thing you know, he might leak the fucking next Mario game, right? Like they definitely don't fucking want
Correct.
that, right?
Yeah, I see
Um,
that. I see it as
I
a
mean,
deterrent.
just check
more
out
than
his
anything, but
tax
it's just-
filings or whatever.
But okay,
Yeah.
so but what is the? I'm actually curious. Like, what is the legality on leaks? Like, how what's the law on that?
There is
It's-
no law unless you're
There is
breaking
no law.
proprietary copyright from them.
It's like,
but but in this case, it's art from a game that's come out that they've already advertised.
Actually,
So this is not new.
I take it
The
back.
images are new.
I take it back. There could be some law.
It's illegal, guys. This is property of Nintendo. Somebody practically got their hands on that property, not legally, by the way, and fucking leaked it to everybody.
Yeah,
right?
but
Like,
Nintendo probably gave this to somebody, and that person's the one that's leaking it.
Oh,
So
that's
Nintendo gave
trying to
access
find.
to this book to somebody.
Trying
and
to
that's the
find-
person
No,
that's
no,
leaking it.
Possibility. That's a possibility.
if it's something like that, then that's probably an NDA or like
Correct.
that you're breaking or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there's
okay,
some sort of legality, right? Like if it's an intercompany work and they were the printers of the book fucking leaked it, then they probably had a contract with the printers of the fucking book not to fucking leak it. You know,
Yeah.
like keep this under wraps
Right.
until
Not
fucking
an
7 days.
employee from the printing company decided, fuck it, I'm gonna take a copy home.
Somebody,
I'm gonna share it with a friend,
somebody
and the friend
broke,
posted it online. That's it.
somebody
Somebody
broke
lied.
an NDA somewhere. That's
For
what
sure.
it
Yeah.
seems like.
Broken
Yeah.
NDA. We know
Somebody
that.
somewhere broke an NDA. The thing is that an NDA is not technically, it's a civil lawsuit thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a criminal lawsuit
Yeah.
thing.
And is it even
But it
international?
depends on the information that you're leaking. If you're leaking secrets from a company, then yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's tricky. Okay, let's move
Going
on.
down the rabbit hole. Yeah, let's fucking move on.
Okay, we'll go a little bit quicker on this one. So Ark, our next appetizer comes from like Ark Survival Ascended. Last week we talked about this, and the only reason we're bringing it up again because we don't play Ark here. None of us play it, but this is
But
just
we
too
do.
much. To not
We
talk.
do think that Arc 2 is coming out.
Apparently, it's somebody thought.
we
somebody-
did think that.
Yeah, some of
At
us.
some point.
And we
Sooner
were
than others, yeah.
wrong. Let me just say that, and we were wrong. And now they are in the news again. What have you done now, Vin Diesel and
Diesel.
Kogi? What is happening?
Yeah.
Tell me,
So
Eric,
what I
the
will
hell?
say is that family is not part of this equation, and that is that apparently the previous news was that they were gonna remaster the original Ark, aka I'm calling it a remaster, but I'm not doing shit. At this point, this is what it feels like.
Unfortunately.
And they were gonna charge $50 for that remaster of the first game.
Well, I mean, if it's got ray tracing and it's on the Unreal Engine 5, then think about it. But not really that much.
Yeah. So what they decided to do was they were gonna release that for $50. They decided to last week to be like, we heard player feedback. We're gonna raise the price to $60 from $50
Okay,
for the
that's
remaster.
just wrath right there. Now that's a deadly sin, people, and that is called the wrath.
Yeah,
of
Cesar, it is an Unreal Engine 5 version of the first Ark game.
Man, what is Nvidia
The trick
charging
is-
people these days? God damn.
They're also, Manny, you told me this last week.
Nvidia, Unreal.
They were gonna take out the old game out of offline,
Epic.
right?
Oh, it's
As soon
epic,
as the
man.
new one comes out.
Yes, yeah. The servers for the original game, how to say, the official servers for the original game are being taken offline. Yeah, that you can still make, your own servers or fan made
Yeah.
servers.
So Minecraft.
Yeah.
basically.
And the new game, which is now is $60, will not be bundled with Ark 2 as was originally the plan. For the remaster as well. So the remaster was supposed to be part of Ark 2. Now it's not. They're completely just separating. It's just a new game called $60 remastered of a game that
$10 more
that's
dollars.
the game that people are playing.
Right now, are you telling me the game that people are playing, they get denied service?
Yes.
Denial of service. It happens, and then suddenly the same game comes out in the market.
Yeah, for $60.
A couple of weeks later, telling you, y'all, the whole new game we just remastered, motherfucker.
Yep. The
Come
same
and
game
get
you bought.
That
Yeah,
is not
$60
PC
exchange
Master
rate.
Race. That is not how PC Master Race operates. This is bullshit.
This
This
is
is
PC Master Race.
unacceptable bullshit. This is
That's
some
right,
console
that is right.
crap. That is some console bullshit. I would not have it on my
Not
PC
as
games.
bad, but
I would not have it on my PC games.
Guess what? This is the PC first. PC
Oh my
mostly.
God.
Like, it's
This
fucking
bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the apocalypse. It's
Early
out.
access started on PC, man. Just so you know, it just changed the industry.
right.
It's
So
the
what do we
pain-
think of this?
pain to hear. I'll tell
It's
you
fucking
that.
hilarious. So last week we were talking about like who does this fuck over? Their fan base. And what do? They double down on fucking their fan base.
That is not good touch. That is bad touch. Do not do it.
It it's so bizarre how a company just doesn't understand what the fuck was wrong with the original issue, and then they just fuck it up even further. Like, what the fuck are these people doing?
I know there's apparently they released a video that I have not seen that they explain why they had to do this. I bet you they'd be like, oh well, there's a pandemic. And,
Yeah,
and inflation, and I'm like,
That is
You gotta
crazy.
go watch that shit, man. That's crazy. That's not.
that is not new. You were not caught unprepared. For this.
It's probably like, guys, we heard you. We're gonna split it up and charge you more. You know, like
Yeah, I really want to literally listen to the guy. Like, listen to his tone of voice when you see the face. I don't even know if that's a thing. If I was the PR team, I would be like, no. We're just going to release text.
His nipples.
The production
Oh,
costs
yes.
have gone up.
Robin.
Jesus. What do we think of this whole thing?
And it's gone.
Anyone in particular? Like,
Any thoughts? Any additional thoughts from last week?
Nope.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I think they just made it worse.
I agree with her.
on top, it's a full $60 title.
They
What
raised the
the
price of something they announced
fuck?
last week.
You know,
They announced it last week. Last week is like $50. I was like, hey guys, sorry, it's $60. The fuck.
Oh, it's six.
Like, as a company, you need to know what your product costs before you send a press release.
That's like Zuckerberg going like, yeah, no, the meta's not gonna be 1.
Pretty much.
Hey, it's gonna be 2.5. Fuck you.
It's like Sony releasing something, and then it's like, no, guys, we realized the demand for the PlayStation 5 is high, so we're gonna raise the price. Because we have 1,000 YouTube comments in a day, and that means that there's demand. So this just feels bad. I don't know.
Free market economy. That's a bitch.
It is. Again, they're free to do this, and I'm free to mock them in this podcast right now.
yeah, they took a $20 game, remaster, quote unquote remaster, like their fucking words, as far as I know, right?
Translated it to Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, change it to Unreal Engine 5, but as far as I know, no other changes, right? Like,
That's what that means. Like, we're let's see if it's worth. I mean, if they do, they call it a remaster, so I'm very not likely. You know, this is not likely going to happen. It's not going to be a Final Fantasy VII kind of thing. You know, they're not going to change enough because they're not. If they would, they call it a remake, right? If they could fill those criteria, they do it because that's the bigger sell point.
Yeah.
So the fact that they can't is not looking good.
Like, there comes a point where remasters.
You can see the difference between
What something costs.
It's not that old of a
Remaster
game.
should not be a ticket to print money for free. You need to give us something for value.
That's right. That's right.
I agree with Eric right there. The preach, Eric. You preach.
Like all the issues are still there, right? There's no upgrade path. It's triple the fucking price of the original. It's absurd. Like
What I'm crazy about is because this game is a continuing kind of game, right? It's like an open world sandbox, and the second game's coming out, it naturally, being a sandbox, will cannibalize itself. You know, it doesn't exist in a world where it doesn't cannibalize the shit out of the other. Like, do you really fucking want this so much you're willing to pay $60?
It's so bizarre too. Yeah, like they're
like,
both of these games are targeting.
I'll give it to you, but fuck you, give me $60 because I'm only selling 50 of them.
Not only are they targeting the same audience, which is like survival
I don't know, man.
PC players, right? Players that like survival games, but they're fucking like targeting their own fucking audience with the fucking same game, you know, same fucking franchise.
I think it's like a specialty order, like it's something like they're like, fine, we can make this if we can sell 500 copies or 5,000 copies at this price, and we're sure to sell them. Or
All right,
like that.
I'm flabbergasted, dude.
It's crazy.
All right,
it's illogical.
It is awkward. Let's move on. This is Ark. It's probably the last time we talk about it until we hear reviews or anything. But I'm really gonna get into it right after this podcast to see what the heck is the actual this remastered edition, because I haven't even seen a trailer or anything.
Nope.
of what are the actual changes. But I've heard based on the reaction I've seen online, it's like it's not great.
Yeah, I would assume so.
But but we'll see more. Okay. For our final appetizer for this week, and this is our third appetizer, we're going to talk about HBO. And yeah, sometimes we mostly talk about games, sometimes we want to talk about movies or other things of entertainment. And this felt big enough because it's a very big franchise, IP, that let's talk about it. And this is coming from a IGN article today. I'm pretty sure other people have reported it. That apparently there's a TV series based on the Harry Potter books that was officially announced by Max. So this is not this is reported, but it's basically official because Max. And when you think about it, what the heck is Max? Max is the now HBO Max. They're being rebranded as just Max. So instead of HBO and the word Max, it's just gonna be that. And I'm tired of saying the word already. Um, so with that, they announced a 10-year commitment. AKA, they were like, "Oh, Sony, you don't want a 10-year commitment for Microsoft and Activision Call of Duty? We'll take a 10-year commitment on Harry Potter alone."
Harry Potter. Oh my god.
So yeah, 10-year, 10 seasons worth apparently of Harry Potter
I mean,
TV show.
10
Season per
seasons,
year,
10
wow.
years doesn't equal 10 seasons.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
don't think.
That sounds crazy. I feel like that's maybe 4.5.
Correct. They didn't say 10 seasons, by the way. They said they're saying a 10-year commitment to it. We just don't know how it'll be. I've always said this from the get-go. You should make each book one season and make it like a 7-season thing. And
I don't
again, the
think they
episodes do
should
not have to be
remake
20 episodes. You can make it 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 10 episodes, whatever you feel is needed to cover the story, cover the books. I don't know what they are, right? I don't want to see the movies. Myka, you've actually read the book, so
I've read
there
them
is
too.
there a lot more than they can cover here,
I
or
did. I mean, yeah, but for what
Not
they
really.
were, the movies did a decent job.
They're not getting too
Yeah.
much out of it.
but they can go into like
They could, but I mean, Harry Potter right now it's kind of volatile. You know, it's a volatile IP right now.
For sure.
I don't know. I think a lot of people love the world and everything. I don't think they need to redo the original books. Like,
I agree.
the world's big enough to do other stuff, in my opinion. That's completely unrelated to the books. But then again, I still think Harry Potter right now it's a volatile IP because of J.K. Rowling.
yeah. They also apparently announced that J.K. Rowling will be the executive producer of this whole enterprise.
Ouch.
She owns the IP,
Of course she does.
fortunately.
This
Any
is
other?
gonna be hilarious to watch. Whether it's good or bad, it's gonna be a fucking hell of a show.
The thing is, like,
They're watching a train
it's
wreck.
probably gonna be
Maybe.
good because if it has good writers, as long as it has good writers, the lore is there, the world building is there. You know. Again, I love Harry Potter when I read it. I love going to the theme parks, but I admit I have a kind of distaste for the IP right now, and nothing to do with the content of it. Just because of J.K. Rowling.
Being a bigot ain't a good look on you.
Yeah, being a bigot is not a good look on you or your IP.
That's what I hope. Like for me, that's the make or break. Are we gonna get bigot people just showing you look
Like-
at this
like-
bigot
like-
way of storytelling.
Like, look what
at this
happened with the
masterpiece.
video game. Regardless of how well it did in sales or whatever, you know? Look what the mess it was at release and the fights that happened, you know? Because of it.
Yeah.
And all the drama for over a video game just because of her, you know?
Yeah, the video game had a lot of drama.
All the drama had nothing to do with the game itself. Nothing.
Exactly.
That is my issue.
They took out the name Harry Potter, I think, because of her name. because they were like, they was really called it Hogwarts Legacy. They didn't call it Harry Potter or anything.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't include him. He's not part of the story, so it's kind of hard if you're not.
The
I know, but
but
literally all I want to stay away from that game just because of the drama of her and all this stuff. Like, and nothing against the game, nothing against, but it literally became a political tool. A fucking video game became a political tool because of her, and I just don't like it. I just don't want to get involved with it. I was like, nah. Like, it looks cool. I did like the world when I read the books, but right now with all this drama, I don't need that shit in my life. Bye bye.
yeah,
I just rather stay far away from that discourse.
10 years HBO just got with this.
Whoever's at HBO has no idea what's going on with that IP,
or they don't care.
or they don't care,
It-
or they're on her side, which is worse. And
Right.
that's part of the problem. See, it already becomes an assumption.
Let's see what happens. But the game sold well, right? The game did well.
As far as I know, it did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did well. So the IP itself, uh, this game did not have anything that the people who raised the issues could cling on to. So, yes, we had a big fallout, but the game itself has not been dragged down by it. So, HBO Max is still in the
I mean,
realm where they
it
can do either
it
one, right? They could like
it depends on what you mean by dragged down. I do think it got dragged down because of it, even if it did well on sales. Like, it was
big time.
it was literally used as a political tool by political people.
but it wasn't enough to it succeeded despite of meaning that it is you can say that it's a
But did
credit
it succeed
to
for the right reasons? That's the thing, because you would see posts of people saying, "Oh, I agree with J.K. Rowling. I bought
well
10
right
copies of the
reasons
game
is
to
where
support
do you stand
her."
on it. If you stand on that other side, then no, it's
And
not, but for the right
The
reasons. You
difficult
know what I mean?
the difficulty here is that she is such a, like, I'm gonna call her a negative person, right?
I don't like
no
I
offense
don't like slavery,
little words
like
or
you know
anything like that.
these
But
fucking
because she basically said that she was asked, like, your views. Do you think people that support Harry Potter will support those views? And she's like, yeah, because that money goes to me. She really
Yeah,
doubled down. She really told everybody
she
in the world,
literally
if
said
you buy
that.
anything Harry Potter, you support my message. And I was like, jeez,
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah,
that is the suicide of the brand.
she's like that
And
quote was like, I mean, I was already on
something like that, but
I don't
yeah.
want to get involved in this drama, this mess, and then she just was like, I'm not buying this game. I can't do it
Yeah.
with good conscience. I
Like,
just
she
can't do
literally
it.
told the audience, yeah, if you support and like my content, you support what I think. And I'm
well,
like,
whatever she
what the
says,
heck?
she's just a fucking idiot, another person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Yeah,
goodness
but
does
she's
not
an
give her
but she's a
any
person with
true
a lot of
power.
power and a lot of influence and a lot of
I don't know,
money.
man. I don't know. Like, what is she smart enough to use that money for any
Mm.
real fucking purposes, or is she just gonna shit and die like on a pile of fucking Scrooge McDuck money? What do you think is gonna happen? Is she gonna die in a
I
pile of
think
Scrooge
she'll be
McDuck
fine
money?
dying in a
Or is
pile of
she gonna
Scrooge
be the next
McDuck
fucking
money.
Hitler?
No matter
What are
what.
we gonna? What do you think
Yeah.
is gonna happen?
Right.
Come on. She's an idiot.
Enough about talking about her. Let's bring it back to the actual show. Otherwise, we can wrap. Any other final thoughts on what HBO is trying to do?
Well, I hope that
I
the thing is good, and it doesn't have anything to do with her.
I
But I'm gonna wait
I mean,
for
they clearly won their next in the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
They clearly
are
won their
just
next Game of
chasing that
Thrones.
multi-year thing.
I
Yeah.
just and again, I think it's gonna be done well, but with like me personally, as long as J.K. Rowling is involved, I cannot put my heart into it or support it in any way. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
respectable opinion, I think.
I'd
Does anyone
rather
think they'll take a more like adult approach? Like HBO Fiat?
I don't think that would ever
Oh, yes.
ever be allowed
Yes.
in that IP.
Not
Wait,
like
if
Game of
J.K.
Thrones
Rowling is executive
exaggerate,
producer, it's
you
hard.
know, but like
J.K.
you know,
Rowling is executive.
know,
gory or
Yeah.
bloody or something, or
If
more
I was
gritty.
them,
It could be
I would
darker, but
make it
I
the
it'll
kids aren't 13 when they start or 12. I make it so
no.
they're like teens, 15, 16 at the beginning, like older-ish.
No,
I
I
don't.
think
So the
JK
show
is
ends with
gonna
them being
be later.
23 or something.
I wholeheartedly don't think it's gonna be related to the books at all.
Okay. It could be, yeah. It doesn't. It says based on the show, on the books, but we don't know. They could take a lot of liberties of that. So
I agree with Myka. If HBO is smart, they'll listen to her. But J.K. Rowling is the executive producer.
yeah, official.
Damn, though, this is gonna be a fucking show. I mean, in the media, this shit's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the show in the
can't wait to
media.
watch.
Yeah.
I
The
can't wait to
entertainment
watch
alone of
shit go
the
down.
existence of the show. Okay, let's move on. That's it. And with that, those are our appetizers, and we'll move on to our main course. All right. So for this week's main course, we're gonna talk about the 7 deadly sins. So what do we mean by that? And we have nothing in the document, do we?
Nah, I don't
You're
think
not.
we do.
Winging it.
We're winging it. Perfect. Okay.
Live.
Making sure.
Live,
Making sure.
fool.
I need to refresh or something. Making sure. All right. So for this, what we're gonna do is and I guess I give full credit to Manny. Manny had the idea of why don't we talk about what games would represent the 7 deadly sins? And I'm like, I like this because we can always just ramble, and we're winging it. This is not pre-planned or anything. And so we're gonna try to come up with games that would represent these 7 deadly sins as they are, right? And we'll come up with examples. We'll talk about why, et cetera, maybe a game that reminds you of it, or a game that's just the living representation. And again, we just talked about Ark. That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
contender right
yeah.
there.
So, as an example, we
examples.
thought the easy start is like greed, right? Because that's fucking plastered all over the
Everywhere.
goddamn industry.
Yeah.
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 So Ark is a good example of greed, or even Wrath in some way, right? They're just like doubling down on their bullshit.
I'm thinking Wrath right here because that's crazy.
But bro, as soon as I mentioned this, you were like, I got one. Like,
Oh my god, I started thinking about so many
Go,
things.
go, Eric, go. Start us off.
No.
What deadly sin are we starting
I
with?
kind of wanted to start with what are the actual 7 deadly sins so that we
Okay.
Oh,
can
yeah, we
everything
should.
that we're gonna cover.
So, children, theology
Okay,
class is
so
about to
here
start.
they are.
Please
Here they
listen.
are. And I'm getting this from like some sort of Wikipedia, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, if anything. But one is pride, the other one is greed, the other one is lust, the other one is envy, the other one is gluttony, and then the
Gluttony?
last one is
That's
wrath,
not
anger,
That
gluten-free,
sounds
man.
about
That's
right.
not
and the
gluten-free.
last one
It's
is
gluttony.
sloth. Gluttony? Sorry, I might have said it wrong.
Yeah, no, you said it right.
And then the rat, and then sloth.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, I agree.
Okay, so we get those. Okay, so again, we mentioned like a semi-example, which is what we talked about with Ark, being very greedy with their consumers. You can take that as an example of something like that with greed, right? But we can think about other things. So we can talk about that now. We can talk about it later. Okay, so we just want to wing it. So do we want to pick one at random, or what do we want to do?
The first letter of the alphabet.
We want to wing it.
what?
The first
No, I think
letter.
let's just start with greed because that's an easy one to like set
that's
up.
an easy one, and we can move on from it.
Flowing with a lot of examples,
Okay.
right?
All right, so
I love
greed.
money, money, money,
We
money.
mentioned Ark. What other things would be greed that
Money.
represent greed in its natural form as well?
Microtransactions.
God, yeah.
Okay,
Or
microtransactions. Kind of
fucking-
microtransactions. Could it be the original release of Star Wars Battlefront 2 as it released originally before it was patched? Would that
You
be the
mean pay to
representation
win?
of greed?
Anything mobile, really? That's a good one
Mobile.
too.
Pay to win. That is the
Yeah.
worst strat.
Pay to
That is
win.
definitely greed.
Yes.
And envy. And it exploits envy.
No, keep
It's
it-
like
keep it-
greed
no, no, no.
exploiting envy.
Keep it to one. Keep it to one. Keep it to one. Let's talk about greed. Obviously, companies want to make money, but the problem is that sometimes they just go fucking insane. That you need to call it out. Like, look, you're already making enough money. This is the problem with all corporations, by the way. This isn't just gaming, but unfortunately, we're talking about gaming here. So guys, give me some examples. Some DLC that was just holy crap. or anything like that. Anything
Every
come to mind for anybody?
every gacha game out right now.
Every gacha game, perfect. Gilbert?
Mass Effect, when it had its DLC, was it Mass Effect that did that shit? They had the DLC
Uh-huh.
in the disc. In the
I don't know.
disc.
That was
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Yeah.
Was
I was
it?
gonna, man, that's why I said
Yeah.
Gilbert. I was gonna bring Street
Oh,
Fighter.
Street Fighter. So Street Fighter was the one. I'm sorry. They
Gilbert, any
had
thoughts?
the DLC.
I thought that the topic was gonna be games that represent the sins,
Exactly.
not the actual like way of going about it.
So we're trying to
so
define it,
It's
so
both.
then we can then pick the one we want to be our representative or
So
whatever.
so here I'll name one that I think that I remember very fondly because it was like
How many?
you know it's there's perhaps worse examples of greed, but like I just like this train wreck. Fallout 76, right?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
And Fallout 76 might also be a little bit of pride, and that one, you know, it might some of these might cross over to where like they made I don't know, like an incredibly rushed game full of bugs. They marketed it, lied about like completely lied about it, which is you know, bullshit. And like they had the canvas bag thing where it's like, oh, let's save probably cents or dollars on on each item, on each SKU, and fucking create this you know, what was it? Bro, what was the bag made of? It was supposed to be a canvas bag, but instead it was like polyester or some shit or
Oh
like
yeah, that thing.
Oh,
God, you're bringing back
Jesus,
memories.
dude, that was crazy. We talked about this before. That's
We talked
fucking
about this before.
hilarious.
and it was like the dumbest examples of like, why would you do this? Like you're literally saving, you probably can't be saving that much. And like you're coming off as a pure greedy company move. Like Battlefront's another one, right? Like you mentioned it, bro.
Damn,
But-
Gilbert. Yeah, Manny.
But yeah, but like that train wreck, and that I remember that fucking that edition cost like $200 or something too. It was like $180 for the
Wow.
for the fucking Fallout edition that had the canvas bag, and then they were like, no, we're gonna change it to
$180.
nylon or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know this fucking shit. It was nylon. I remember. I just looked it up.
Are you sure?
Yeah. They replaced the canvas bag with a cheap nylon alternative.
That sucks.
And-
That was sucky, man.
And it's just like, okay, that's such an extreme example of like, you know, very specific, you know, and it's just
Gilbert, what
Freaks.
about Undertale? Does that game deal with that? With greed? I think it does.
Wait, I haven't played it yet.
Oh shit.
It like my question is, but I'm still okay. So I'm lost on
It's
the actual
both.
topic.
It's both. We're doing both. We're doing either games that
Well, no, wait, Gilbert, what's confusing you?
Or they
My
or
confusing me
game
is I
developer.
thought we were gonna select titles that represent
That's
the
what we're
sins
doing.
themselves.
What I have
Okay.
you not listened to the last?
No, I know what he
yeah,
means. I had
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
of. He means like the genre or the story of the game.
I think Undertale
Right, well,
is a
no,
great
no, I think
the-
he means
the
the actual
sin.
game
the
itself.
story,
The opposite.
not the story. I'm talking about what it makes us. You know, like yeah, I can
Oh,
see
it
myself
hits
playing
our-
that game. I
it-
feel like
wait,
I'm
wait.
I'm contributing to that sin. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'm partaking in that.
Give me
Why?
that
If
example.
I
No.
buy like
Give me an
$1,000 of DLC or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, in that
you're
sense, you
partaking
fell
in-
into the
in
trap,
being,
but
you
like,
know, that's greed right there. You're contributing to
I
the greed.
no, but the
and then
greatest
if you
from
like
the
play a
company.
game that you feel, you know, like what's gluttony?
I'm playing the game right
Wait,
Gluttony,
greed is
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to take
games
advantage
where
of your
you need to play
players
too
so
much.
that you can get more money from them.
There
This
you
is what I
go.
mean.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I thought that
So
was the whole purpose.
what game would represent that? I'll give you my nomination, and that is Diablo Immortal.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's
Immoral.
that's what I was expecting.
Not
Like,
that
you
I
guys are
just
going all over
googled
the
it,
place.
but I'm like, yeah, this is as bad as it gets.
You guys are going
Hey,
like,
Clinic,
Undertale.
Diablo
I'm like,
Immortal,
what?
Diablo Immortal is
I
playing.
would-
now, I don't understand Undertale, but I understand Diablo Immortal. I understand.
Now,
I understand
without
Fallout.
any
Like Fallout as a
spoilers,
whole.
Without
I would
any
personally
spoilers,
vote for
Undertale
something like Star Wars
You-
Battlefront 2 because of
Battlefront
the way
2.
that system originally. Again, this game is fixed. This game is completely fixed now, where it's one of the best Star Wars games ever made, in my opinion.
Which one?
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Battlefront
The
2.
trick is at the beginning when
After
it
the
came out,
fiasco, isn't it
way
still
it
the most
worked.
downvoted Reddit post ever?
Yeah, the way the game worked, just to remind everybody, the game worked is the only. It's a multiplayer game, right? Even though it has a single player campaign, but it's like a multiplayer game. The only way to level up your multiplayer character was to get loot boxes.
That's bullshit, right?
So it doesn't matter if you played 1,000 hours or 10 hours. The entire XP system revolved around grabbing a random loot box and hoping there was something in it for your character to use.
That
And
is
because it was a loot box,
crazy.
you could spend $100,
Hey, that's how
and
MMOs
the class that you
shit,
use
Gilbert.
wouldn't level up at all potentially.
You remember
Because for example,
MMOs
let's say you
back
want
in
to
the
be a
day?
sniper. Let me finish. Let's say you want to be a sniper in the game. I was like, oh, I want to be the sniper character and everything. I'm gonna spend $10 in this loot boxes to see if I get something. And you got $10 worth of things for your assault character. And I'm like, I don't care about that character. I care about my sniper. Well, congratulations. Those $10 were 100% wasted because you're not gonna use them. They're impossible for you to use because it's not about your character, and that's the only way to get XP. That system was beyond
There
so bad
you
because
go.
it was designed to the point
greed.
that EA
That
thought
is greed right
EA
there.
built it to the point that they thought people liked loot boxes and they could sell a bunch of them because
That's
Overwatch.
greed.
Hello. Hola, mamá. Estamos en el.
Get it that you guys took it to for sure.
Oh, we can fucking come up with examples. Trust me.
Like,
As
wait,
soon as Manny
but,
come
I
up with
mean,
this topic, I was
Fallout
like,
76 was pretty fucked up, but this is like, I thought about this before I started developing the game, kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to take your money, and I'm gonna exploit you.
And there are more extreme circumstances, right? I
Yeah.
think Fallout 76 was like a game that was like, oh, we have this idea, let's make Fallout multiplayer. And then the fucking people were like, how do we monetize it? And then like that shit just went the wrong fucking direction,
Yeah.
right?
Holy shit.
Some other games, and the same with Battlefront, right? Some other games are probably like, let's make some money. Let's fucking, what do we do?
Yeah, let's make a
Gotcha
game.
or some shit like that, right? Like,
Yeah, at some point the game was made, or some creator was making the game, and then somebody came over and said, "Okay, how can I give me a plan as to what
How am
is
I
the
gonna make
most
money out of
monetization
this?"
you can make?
Yeah,
from this?
yeah, for sure.
How can you change this settings? How can you make it like Destiny had a very bad example where there was like a patch one time because they were trying to sell loot boxes at one point as well. They took that out now, but they had loot boxes at one point, and people discovered that the more you played content that would give you XP, the game would throttle you behind the scenes without telling you. It would tell you numbers that were not real.
Oh my God!
XP
Eric, don't tell me that.
So
That's
that,
a fucking
so
spooky
that
story.
because you were like, the
Terrifying,
fastest way to grind
terrifying.
was to do public events. In this case, like public activities that the community plays together, right?
That's
They
crazy.
made it so that if you did multiple of them in a row, you would just get like XP, but the bar wouldn't show you that.
Wow, dude, that's insane.
And
Dude.
then
That's,
look,
wow.
these are mathematics people. People caught them, and they were like, "Yeah, we apologize." Fuck it. But that was greed. That was pure greed. That was pure 100% greed, right? That is a decision that is like,
What
geez,
game was this?
Destiny.
Holy
Destiny.
crap!
Eric has been violated by these monsters. Eric, I feel for you.
No. I remember this because I was like,
It's
holy
bad.
shit. I did not know that because I was doing the public events runs and they just kept getting grindier and grindier.
Right? You noticed it. It was like everybody fucking.
I didn't
said, like,
notice it. I
this is
thought the numbers
bullshit.
that I was seeing were
I'm
true.
pretty sure
And I'm like,
someone
"Ah."
noticed it because they fucking researched it. They went ham.
Yeah,
They went,
people
they
researched
went
it. Wait a minute.
calculus. I'm gonna
Uh,
do some
People
calculus on you,
noticed it because
motherfucker.
the first level, it only took like 4 public events to do something, to level up. The next time,
Wow.
and afterwards, because you're doing things in between, right? So so the math was hard to do, and they kind of noticed that after a while, it took 5 or 6 for the same results after doing additional things, and they were like, that's weird. Somebody mathematically figured this out somehow. But anyway, let's wrap up greed. Okay, we talked about.
Let's go to a hard sin. Let's go a hard one, the hardest.
Okay, let's then switch. We talked about enough
I'm
about
so
greed.
hard right
We
now.
get the idea. Perfect. And we got a lot of nominees that we can basically nominate anything here. So greed is basically the industry and EA, whatever.
Anything EA, at least in the past, any on their sports side, right?
Let me pick another sin. Let me pick envy.
Envy's pretty easy.
Okay, envy. What would be the representation of envy for video games? Or a video game that reminds that is the representation of what envy would be.
This is easy,
Anybody?
Manny. What are
Any
you
thoughts?
thinking?
Do you want to just discuss it? Go.
So for me, envy would be anything that's like a copycat,
Yeah.
right?
Copy paste, exactly.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a
agree.
game that
Yeah.
just copy pastes another game so wholeheartedly. Like you're like, motherfucker, you just copy pasted another successful game.
Literally
I made
any
it.
fucking battle royale, I would say
Thank
that's
you.
like guilty of envy, right?
Yes.
Like they saw the money that PUBG was making, they saw the money that Fortnite was making. Let's just try to make that same shit. No original design, no nothing. I just want a piece of that fucking pie.
They say that the best, admiration is the copycat.
So I'll give you an example. And again, I like this game. It mimicked another game completely, but it's literally a copy paste of the game that I like. And one game of the year, and you'll know what this means in a second. A game called Zelda Breath of the Wild was very popular. Ubisoft made a game called Immortal Phoenix Rising that is literally copy pasted of it. They took that idea and just copy pasted it. And again, I like Immortal Phoenix Rising, but I know where it came from.
And it's not better than Genshin Impact. I mean, Genshin Impact went and did the shit
Genshin
with the
Impact
envy,
thing, yeah.
but they
Genshin
did it
Impact
right,
another.
motherfucker. High five,
Right, Genshin Impact another.
Myka.
But
Slap.
there are games that are like took the idea and you did a good thing. Like Darksiders does the same thing with Zelda, right?
Indeed.
And there's some games that just copy paste the shit out of things. Manny or anybody else, does anybody have any other particular copy or things like that?
I think the Monster Hunter copy recently.
Oh yeah,
The one that you guys played, that was good. That wasn't a shitty copy.
Manny, I'm sorry, this is true.
Yeah.
Unless it wasn't a shitty copy, but yeah,
Hey,
that's still a copy.
envy doesn't mean that you're
Pretty
bad. Envy means that you were jealous of the other person, and you did.
Oh, it's so lustful for the Capcom. You love the Capcom, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's what envy is.
I thought-
Okay,
I thought-
let
Hold
me
on.
ask Myka.
What about when?
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, what about when Elden Ring was really successful, and you had? Well, honestly, I don't know who the developers were, but there were a lot of developers, especially Western developers, bitching about how successful Elden Ring was.
Well, that's envy. That's
That
not
is
the
envy
hate
right
gonna
there.
hate. That you know, hate are gonna hate. Oh yeah, hater gonna
Honestly,
hate.
the biggest NB developer I can think of is actually Deck 13, which I think are the ones that made the Lords of the Fallen games.
We're lords of the
Because
underworld.
they
Darkness
just
fills our heart with
blatantly
pain.
copy paste this fucking thing. And they keep following From. Every time From does something, they just go copy paste. Copy paste. I think the last 4 or 5 games have always been copy paste of things From have done. And I in Search is a little bit of a different idea, but it's like, yeah, you're still they've been envious of From for like 10, 15 years or so at this
But
point.
were they one of the ones that posted on Twitter too?
What?
Were they the ones that mentioned, started bitching about the success that Elden Ring had compared to?
No.
They did. I remember that. I'm with Jover on this. I think that's
Did they?
super envious.
No, I think that was like some Sony developer.
Some Sony
Exactly.
developer.
So some Sony developer was so fucking envious.
But it's not an NB
And
game, but
Western.
yeah, it's an example of NB,
Oh
right? The
yeah,
guys
we
saw like, oh,
definitely
these
at
people
least
are
saw some
making,
envy.
The same
they're
game
getting so much praise,
getting all these praise. It's not the
and
same
yet,
game.
Oh, for sure.
and yet,
That's
if it was like
industry-wide,
a
man.
God of War developer, they were, I mean, like that's hubris, because they were doing the same fucking shit with God of War, right? Or
Listen,
I
hubris
think the
is not
same
a
thing with
sin, so
any Sony goddamn developer.
The sad part about this is, like, guess what? The games we love are the same games over and over again. Okay, really think about this.
there you go.
Call of Duty.
Truth.
Call of Duty, Zelda, Mario, Elden Ring, Bioshock. All of them is the same game, just perfected. That's it.
Increased, maximize,
Again, that's
optimize.
we can talk about that, Gilbert. That might be another topic here. We'll talk about it in another
Yeah,
setting.
this was just basically to.
Gilbert, let's call it.
Okay,
Let's
so
call it the
so
gaming
let's wrap up.
singularity.
Let's wrap up
Yeah.
NB. Myka, you had any particular suggestions or ideas for NB, particularly any game that copied another game so blatantly, and you can think of?
Conker's Bad Fur Day. It copied Conker. Am I right?
No.
Not copy. No, I can think not really. You guys mention like pretty good examples, but almost every game now is just trying to bank on another game's popularity. And I agree that the battle royales are the biggest criminals of that offenders. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah,
That's the
Manny
word.
nailed it with the first shot, basically. People were
Yeah.
people are so thirsty for the greed part that they just envy the heck out of Fortnite and everything else.
Like, man, we want some of that Fortnite money. Let's make a game exactly like that.
Pretty much.
And with that alone, you could name like hundreds, right? But again, I think NB is like that's why I said it's an easy one, because just the fact that you see success, you want to copy success, and you literally just copy formula without any fucking forefront or thought or anything.
Or creativity.
And that doesn't often work out, right? Like if anything, it mostly backfires. There's examples, obviously, where like they put a spin on it, like I don't know, like maybe Apex put a spin on it, or Caesar talked about Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts put a spin on it, right? And like they could be, they could stand on their own.
Indies do these too, right? Like Lily, we had a genre technically in gaming that's the name of another game called Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Another two games. I mean, fucking Souls-like is a genre now because Souls got so fucking popular. Like Gilbert was saying, Souls got so big that now it's its own fucking genre.
Yeah.
So maybe Envy might be like an easy one because it's not such a bad one. Maybe sometimes there's some silver lining to this.
When done well, sure, I guess, but like he's just like the little fucking devil on your shoulder, like man, that's good shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I love it. No, it's bad, but
Manny,
do it right.
You mentioned this, and it reminds me of Gronk.
Yeah.
Famous from They're like, no,
Emperor
no, you
Snickers.
shouldn't do this. Yes, you should. You should be evil. And I was like,
No,
why?
it should be
Look
evil,
what I
but
can
you
do.
know what? Science and shit.
I was like, what does that have to do? Wait. He has a point.
Yeah, he has a point.
That's what it reminds me of this conversation. All right, let's move on. All right, next, another seven deadly sin. Let's talk about. I'm picking them at random. Let's talk about gluttony.
Absolute horror. That's the worst one.
You guys want a difficult one? Here you go.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll tell you what gluttony looks like.
Okay, it is not ring fit. No.
Gluttony. Gluttony looks like Final
I mean,
Fantasy.
gluten is almost all about food related, and
I
video
have
games
one.
and food are not.
I have one, but
What?
one of us is not gonna like it. World of
Listen,
Warcraft.
listen. Exactly. Gluttony is about like putting your players on a treadmill. You know what you think it was like, nah, the glutton doesn't want to get on a treadmill. Negative. The glutton puts you on a treadmill because he wants to eat all day. If a game is just consuming all of your fucking day, and MMOs are the gluttony. MMOs are that is my fucking.
I kind of like that, actually. I don't know if Jobert's like salty
Those
or
are fucking gluttonous as hell. Like they will just take your life over.
I agree with that.
I've been there. I've done that. And let me tell you, MMOs offer a great fucking life. It's not bad. You get everything in life, but they take up everything all the time you got. At least back in the 2000s, they really demanded.
They still do.
They still do. They demand all your time. They want everything. Nah. What do you mean 4 hours? What do you mean 2 hours, you fucking casual? I will kick your face.
Yeah, the grind.
Yeah.
Not just
Yeah,
the
I can see
grind.
that.
Not just the grind. It's everything. It's like a succubus. Just like
Yeah,
look
we're
at
talking
these
lust
delicious
later.
dishes over
Yeah.
here. Take your time and savor it and this and that. Everything they can do to keep you connected, they will do it. And I think gacha games are basically following suit.
I think that's a
That's
good
what I was thinking-
I think
I
that's
was
a
thinking
good
about that.
analogy.
Yeah.
The Sims will fall into that as well.
That's a live service.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
Sims are there, baby. The Sims are in fucking gluttony hell.
Look,
A lot of-
I played that shit for more than a year on a daily basis.
Yeah, but that's because you liked it, right? It's not like the
Yeah.
game almost required you to do that to be competitive or good, or like you know, or like
no,
you know.
I was having fun.
Fine, maybe
Like-
maybe not all of them. Definitely MMOs. Like I'm not
MMOs, right? Like, yeah. If you don't do your dailies, you feel dirty. You know, you're like, that's
the daily
the design.
Yeah.
That's the design of the game, and it's similar with a lot of like live services too. Like you need to log in and do your dailies or quests or whatever.
Live
I think
service
gachas are
games.
doing it now.
Oh yeah. Anything, I would say this, anything that requires you to grind on a weekly basis.
Yes, gluttony is consuming your time, people. You
Yeah.
won't let gluttony
Yeah, that's a good
consume
analogy.
your time.
Yeah, because
Basic-
there are timed events in the gacha games,
Basically, every
content
gacha
that you
game,
need to
yeah.
do. in MMOs, and that's per patch. And then you got the battle passes and shit that you gotta complete in a certain amount of time in Fortnite and other shooters.
And here's the worst part. Everyone who's stuck in the gluttony wheel is starving. They're like, please give me more materials. I don't have enough material. Please.
I like how
Please.
Caesar was like the most worried, and he's like coming up with all these fucking analogies. I'm like, get this shit now, let's go.
It's totally true. He's right.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
It's the materials. It's a me. No, for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's
Next
fucking
sin.
funny. Man.
What were we doing?
All right, sounds good. Okay, next thing. Let's go with pride.
Anybody have a good one? Right,
Pride
remakes.
means doing,
What?
sticking
Remakes
to
is
what
not
you want
bad.
to do.
Remakes? Okay.
Remakes is not a bad one. Drew, what were you saying?
I
Well,
Last of Us.
when I think of
eh,
pride, I'm like,
this is
I'm
Mika.
gonna
I was gonna say
do,
that.
Last
I'm
of
gonna
Us.
do what I want to do. I'm not gonna follow anybody else. This is how I am gonna design the game.
That is
Period.
true, but also getting so overconfident that you're too close to the problem and you don't see it. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what, you know what
Chris,
game, you know what game,
planning.
what was Cliffy B's disaster of a game that came out?
oh
Ubisoft
shit.
games. Ubisoft games.
What was
Last of Us. Last of Us remake.
No.
Epidemic.
The
It's
I'm gonna
Lawbreakers.
say Lawbreakers is definitely a pride game.
I mean, I like all of these, by the way. Lawbreakers, Last of Us. I think Last of Us is a good one because, like, wow,
Last of Us is a great one.
because the
Cyberpunk.
guy and you see his tweets like this is exactly what I wanted, this is perfect or whatever. Like, like he's so full of himself that he doesn't see like a lot of like half. You could say half. I'm gonna say half as an exaggeration, but like maybe a little bit less than half. But like a lot of people dislike the approach, right? And like he just doesn't see it. Like, no, this is the story. Like, and it's almost like okay.
Yeah. Last of Us Part 2. Actually, he was asked after when the show came out, the HBO show came out, and I think that interview, he literally said, "I don't care if people don't like it. That's what I want to do."
Wow.
And that's fine, but like,
he's pride.
is that not pride? Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
it is. It is.
Bro.
It is. It's like I'm right. You are all wrong.
Can you not see that there may be some flaws in like your game or your story or something just because of the way you told it? Like, yeah, that's the story you wanted to tell, but can you not like admit like or see from some other people's point of view?
Some people disliked it greatly. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, there's a caveat to that. Like, when you're right. I mean, it's not pride. It's talent. So if you're right, I'm not saying this guy is, but in the rare case, sometimes one of these motherfuckers like Albert Einstein, he was like, fuck y'all, E equals MC square. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my house. I'm the best. And he just like fucking stuck to his guns.
And,
sure. Okay. But it's rare. It's Albert Einstein rare. You know what I mean?
and to Gilbert's point, I think Lawbreakers is another good one because Cliffy B was all like, "Oh, this game is great. Like,
He was.
don't worry about it." And
he
like,
was, not only that, he was dissing the competition.
yeah, he was. This is the competition. He was ignoring like feedback because he was like, "No, this game is like it. This is what it is, right? Or like, and it's perfect." And it's just like. Fucking hubris! Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he went on to say, like, "Oh, players just need to they don't get it."
Yeah, exactly. Like, they don't get it. You're playing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
I
Fuck
totally
you, man.
have one.
I figured out
I have
Shadow
one right
of the
now.
Colossus and shit. Fuck
I have the perfect pride game right now.
What
That's Stranding.
Oh yes, man, that's a really good one.
Eric will really
They
agree.
went completely crazy on the motherfucker. I'm gonna be making a fucking USPS game. Okay.
What is this?
Why
Death
is this
mind blown?
Stranding again? Why?
Yeah, why?
Kojima, he keeps making weird faces. People keep giving him money. So he keeps doing it.
You prideful motherfucker. This sucks. What are you doing?
Pero in his defense, people keep giving him money.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's getting the wrong signals. Like,
so
people be winking at him, telling him it sucks, and they're winking at him, and he's like, "It sucks."
No, he was
suck,
saying.
here's $100. It's like,
He was saying, Western people don't get it. They just don't get it.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. You know what? He's got a huge population in India. He just gets to sell 1 billion games. Half of China buys his shit. You know, it is what it is.
All right. Next one then. Pride
Sure.
was fun.
Next scene
We went too deep in that one.
is lying the next scene because that was pretty bad.
What? All right,
Is
next in.
Is
Next
lying
scene.
the next scene
Okay.
because we just got
Let's
a great
do
example.
Oh, yeah.
Slot.
Which one? Which
No,
one?
you get to lie. It's not a deadly sin, I think. Right, Eric?
What?
Well, yeah, you can lie. You can lie.
We get to lie
I mean,
all we want.
But lying, Lying is, I'm sure lying is involved in a lot of these, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Any?
this,
The gateway drug.
I have a sloth one.
Which
Go
one?
ahead.
Every sports game from
Oh my
every
god,
sports game
yeah.
ever.
Oh my
Hell
god!
yeah!
Nice.
Every auto
Come
runner
on, you
too.
destroyed me with
I
that.
was I was
Check it out.
literally thinking laziness, but I couldn't like which game was lazy. When it's a sport game, like yeah,
Oh,
that
dude,
sounds
it's
about
FIFA.
right.
It's FIFA, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I give the example as to why?
do it.
So, I mean, everybody here knows, for the port for the Nintendo Switch, they didn't do
Oh my
nothing.
god! Yes. Big.
They didn't do nothing. They literally copied last year's game, updated the players, and pasted it out and shipped it out. That is
Zero.
all they did.
No, not even any. No pixels added. No
No,
No
pixels.
pixels.
They
Pixels
only
taken out.
updated the
Pixels.
names. It
Pixels taken
seriously
out.
was a
Pixels
two-week project.
taken out.
It's the
Oh my
same game.
fucking god!
It's literally the same game, copy pasted with updated rosters,
Oh my god! Stop,
and
please,
and
it's
they
good
ship it as as the next year game.
$60.
I will say that in the box art it says this is it kind of says that with more elaborate wording,
enough. Yeah, I guess.
but that's literally it, dude. It's a
like
fucking
here,
copy
so you
paste.
can't sue us.
No,
We'll
it
tell
was
you
a copy
crap.
paste. Like it had like a, I think IGN or one of these gaming reviewers, they gave it like a 1 or a 2.
Ooh,
Okay.
And they said they said like you copy paste your game, I'm gonna copy paste my review.
It
You know, like
is.
that's,
Oh yeah,
amazing.
motherfucker.
So
That's what I
that
like to
motherfucker
hear.
deserves like a medal. That
Now
motherfucker is
listen.
in
I
heaven.
think another sloth is auto runners. Like it's abusing sloths all around the world. It's the game.
love
Whatever
this
it's
idea.
doing, it's greedy as fuck, but it's taking advantage of all the fucking sloths that are mistaking branches for their left arm. You're mistaking the
Yes,
branch
sir.
for your left arm, and you're falling and you're dying.
Caesar, you're stuck on auto runners. There's a new brand of game called like the AFK or the idle game.
The
Where
idle
you literally
game.
don't do shit. Like you
The
fucking
idle game. Yeah,
Look
that's
it up,
the
man.
one.
Look
I'm
up
auto
AFK
runners
Arena.
where I'm just trying to hit the stem. You know what I mean? Like the root of the whole thing comes out of this. It's crazy. But you're paying people not to play the game that nobody fucking told you to spend any time on to begin with. Are you so lazy that you're not even going to engage with your sin?
Pretty much.
I have a smaller sloth, but still sloth. I just want to shit on Last of Us again with the Last of Us Part One remake.
Hell yeah!
These motherfuckers remade the fucking game that barely came out like 8 years ago. It runs on the same fucking platform. It looks great still, and they I don't know, they barely did shit. Like, they call it a remake and sell it for $70. Fuck you, man. What the fuck?
It's $70. I feel better for Ark now that they're selling their game at a discount, fucking 8% discount. Not 70, it's $60 for a fucking ripoff game.
Yeah.
You know, they're fucking angels at this point. God damn.
Eric, what were you gonna say?
And didn't the last remake come with a bunch of glitches?
Oh yeah, that too. Like the PC port was fucking chock full of bugs.
Oh my god, please. Are we talking
No,
about that?
I was gonna mention that there are sometimes sports or things that kind of can be called remasters that are just so blatantly you didn't do shit, did you?
Cash. The Grand
That
Theft
is just
the Grand Theft Auto.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
GTA Trilogy.
That was
Yeah.
one. There's a bunch more.
That's a
But-
big one.
Yeah.
It-
I don't know. There's so many. We can move on because we already nailed it with FIFA. That blew my mind so much. Like, I'm fucking done.
I think
Eric,
FIFA's the perfect one, dude. We started first.
My brain was like, arrest my
opportunity.
case, Your Honor.
Okay, now, notwithstanding they're on Game Pass, sure, Microsoft, thank you for offering, but
Oh, Game Pass. Oh.
Take a shot.
Oh,
FIFA is
Like to take a
like
word
a
to thank
fucking
our
cancer
sponsor.
in the world, like
Not really.
consuming fucking countries of their wealth. It's bullshit. FIFA, fuck you. Okay, Eric, you can continue.
No, you nailed it. I have
Yeah,
nothing else to
no,
add.
FIFA, fuck you. I think I sealed the
Yeah.
deal. FIFA,
Yeah.
fuck you.
FIFA,
Now
fuck
it's
you.
called EA
Okay.
Sports FC or whatever it is.
Yeah,
No, EA is not affiliated with the fuck you FIFA.
No, FIFA itself is one of the big.
You know,
worst
maybe
corporations about it,
maybe EA with
but- just-
all the hate it gets from us might do a better job than FIFA, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I will say, like, I mean, EA is you get the good with the bad, man. You get both sides of the fucking coin. Like, you really do. You get shit and trash from like the sports titles and all this
Very-
cash cows, and
Yeah,
then
you get FIFA, but from that time you get like Apex Legends, which people like, and
Yeah.
you get
Jedi Fallen Order or
Space,
Jedi.
Fallen Order. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would give EA control over all the assets FIFA currently holds. That's how much I hate FIFA. I would love EA to take
Right.
over FIFA.
So let's
EA
move on.
has to.
And as
No, they
John-
don't.
Oh no,
FIFA
they,
is
right,
bigger
right.
than
They lost
EA.
FIFA. They lost FIFA.
FIFA
They're now
is
football
bigger-
club.
FIFA
Yeah.
is way
It's a-
bigger than EA.
like John Oliver said in a meme one time, it's not FIFA,
Yes.
it's FIFA.
Yes, I'm gonna get killed. Like if I don't come
Or something
back
like that.
next episode, I'm definitely killed by FIFA. GG. Well played.
Okay, fine.
All right, we have two more. Yeah,
All right, two more. Let's go with Rad.
and this is probably one of the harder ones. I don't know if anybody has a good example.
Yeah, for sure. It's
So let me
one of the harder
explain
ones.
then what this deadly sin is, or no? Everybody knows.
I mean, you
Right?
could explain it, but
I
it's
have an
basically what
example.
like
I have an
anger, rage,
example.
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, anger, rage,
you know?
yeah.
So it can be rage-inducing games. Or it can be. What? How do we want to approach this?
League of Legends is so fucking bullshit.
What are
Like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Isn't there like a
about pride.
popular subgenre
So
of
this is like anger, like anger, like bro,
Look,
like the
bro,
the Super Meat Boy
I wouldn't say Super Meat Boy. Like it's just a hard platformer.
games that are rage-inducing. Yeah.
No,
So
there,
I
there are
will-
little games that are made to piss you
To
off.
piss
like,
you off, yeah, like those weird Mario platformers that are just fuck
It's like
you.
Mario Maker.
I mean, some Kaiso hacks, yes, or Mario Maker, yes.
Mario Maker for sure.
But like, I was thinking, like, there's a whole series called "I Want to Be the Guy" or "I Want to Be the Boss." Like, I want to be the like that's the series, and they're like fan made games, and it's all about trial and error, like little trial and error games. Some people think Dark Souls is a trial and error series. It is not.
Damn right it is.
It is.
It is not. It
What
is.
are you talking about? How would you say that? Okay, we're fucking.
It's
derailing
not
this.
literal trial and error, right?
Oh my God.
Yes,
Caesar,
it is.
Yes,
What
it
no,
is.
it's not.
It
Maybe-
totally is.
Demon Souls is right. No, you gotta listen. Trial and error means just because you try it multiple times and you could fail at the task doesn't make it trial and error. In Dark Souls, for example, like if there's a trap, you could look around that corner and find that trap, right? Like,
Not
yeah,
every
it's
time.
kind of
Dark Souls
cheesy.
2. Dark Souls 2.
That's a shitty example. Hold on.
Dark Souls. You're defending the genre. If you said Elden Ring, maybe I wouldn't be doing this to you, but you didn't. So
No,
I'm-
but like in general, like you could see a lot of the setups, right? And they elaborately trick you so that you fall into the fucking trap, right? More often than not. But there are ways, like when you see
about
it,
Market? Manny,
Huh?
you did not kill Market first run.
that doesn't make it a trial and error. That just makes it that you need to learn the
Gamer,
fucking.
I know, Manny. You're the
That
best.
is that is the definition of
me?
trial and
Like,
error.
No,
like
it's
the
not.
99%
Okay.
like
There is-
scaled. You didn't fucking kill Market first
This is
run. If
rage
you had killed
inducing.
Market
Yeah,
first
it
run,
is.
I
It
would
is. This is
support
rad.
it, but you
I'm
didn't.
sorry, Manny.
Bro, I
agree with
can't
this.
say that. Like,
Look, what I'm trying to say is that there's
trying
a
to say
bigger.
is,
Can you
just
shut
good
the
at
hell up
game.
for a second and let me talk? There's a bigger extreme of that, right? In
Fine.
not published games, because these games tend to suck because they are literally range inducing. Like Souls games, you could adjust on the fly. You could take it easy and read Margot and fucking kill him first try. We fucking done it on a lot of bosses, right? Some of them you have to grind to get better.
Well,
some
there
you
might
kill
be a
first
few
try.
geniuses,
right?
like 3 people in the
Yes,
world.
there
that
are.
might have
Yes, there
done it.
are.
But
Right?
like
But
I said,
What's happening?
I'm just saying that, like, you could read the same thing with Monster Hunter. We've
fine,
plenty of
fine.
enemies we've seen and we
See,
beat them
man.
first try, right? Like
That's
it's all
a
about, there
technicality.
are tells. It's not a technicality, it's a design choice.
I get
These
it.
games, there's no tell whatsoever. You just die and you have to repeat minutes, hours of gameplay or whatever the fuck, right? Like Kaizo games, there are times where you're trying to make a jump, right? There's Mario, and there's a fucking hidden block. There's no way to tell that fucker's there until you fucking hit it that first time blindly, right? That is a huge
meant to
difference
die, yeah.
in a design.
Now, Manny, I would give it to you if you were in the fucking whatever percent that actually completed market. But because you didn't, I'm not gonna give it to you.
I'm not saying I'm the fucking guy. I'm just saying that's
You're
an
in the
example.
98.
Okay, okay.
I'm not giving a fuck. But yeah, whatever.
I was talking about that type of game, the one with the hidden shit that like that makes no sense.
Yeah,
It's just there
and
to
that's-
piss you off.
That's what I was saying. I mean, in this
Yeah.
type of game, trial or error, like an extreme case of trial and error. Like that's the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
Like as you guys in your limited definition of trial and error, yeah, every fucking game is trial and error, guys. You try something and you might fail, so you fucking try it again. You know, you narrow it down
Manny,
too much.
like the reason is I've seen like even videos explaining the genre. Guess what? The way they explain it, you get better through trial and error. You start
It's
off
the
bad,
same thing. Like
you get
once
better,
you observe
and
an
then you
atom,
can beat the
once
big
you
bosses
observe-
that you're supposed to not beat. That's how Dark Souls is defined in videos, and I can show them videos to you.
Yeah, you're literally looking at the atom, quantum physics here. You're literally getting into quantum physics, Manny. You're saying that,
Hey.
I observed the outcome and
Pineapple.
I got the fucking answer.
No science.
I don't
no science
agree.
here. And
Then I agree to disagree. Because
Yeah,
look, everything is trial and error, dude. Everything
Yeah.
is. Fucking playing
That's
vanilla
what I
Mario,
do.
fucking playing Kirby is trial and error, right? Like, but I was taking it to an extreme. That's what I was trying to prove a point, which you never let me fucking get to it until like fucking 10 minutes in, right?
so,
To where
Right,
you have
right.
absolutely no chance by design to know, right?
Yeah.
Beforehand. You are doomed to fail by design. Dark Souls games are not like that. They might put you in a shitty ass predicament, but you could come out of like all the shitty ass predicaments that they put you into, and it feels that's why I love these games, because it feels great when you get out of that shit, right? Like that's
Man, but I think that if you want to give them the point, I mean, I'm not saying that the designer, when he was creating it, he didn't think, check it out, there's this outcome out here where you can succeed. If you didn't make another link in the tutorial or in wherever where you showed him, hey, check it out, you can get out of this situation beforehand, you don't get to give him the point. And I don't think
okay.
I don't have enough experience.
I think we
to say
agree.
that didn't happen, but I'm so fucking
I
torn.
think we agree that that's probably the anger equivalent one. The rage inducing.
It's so wrathful,
you,
man.
it's not my
Manny,
fault.
you killed it. Manny, that was killer. That was fucking
Okay.
killer.
All right, next.
All right.
Next
That was a
thing.
great discussion because we went at it. We represented
Excellent, let's go.
the 7 deadly sins there. Okay, let's go with the last one. And so much it might be fun. We need to be careful. And that is Lust.
Oh hell yeah!
Lust
That's
is the
my
last
fucking
one.
game, right?
Can I give one? Can I give one?
Yes, please do.
Doing.
Overwatch.
Every boy in this
What?
fucking podcast.
I'm gonna say Overwatch. Overwatch is a very honestly, Overwatch it fits, but I will say Genshin Impact is probably the best one.
Is it all the monkey hair? Is it all the monkey hair?
I was thinking the hentai games.
I really like the monkey.
Yeah, basically any game
I mean,
with
that is
fucking nudity.
technically lust.
Yeah,
Any
but
rude
you
game.
gotta keep it. Yeah, that's
Hold
true.
on,
A
hold on.
well-trimmed
Hold on.
Winston.
Their game, I
You
mean,
know,
I'll leave.
I'm
I mean,
hold
Overwatch
on.
and have their gameplays like, but there's games
Let
like
me
that.
tell you,
There's
man.
literally nothing and nothing redeeming about them. There's no story, no nothing. You're
That
just
doesn't
there
matter.
to look at characters.
Yes, that's exactly it.
So
Okay, you
those,
gotta
I
get them
think those fit
skins.
better.
Okay, you gotta get them skins, and that's the lust right there. Okay, that's the lust.
That's
And
how
then
I
same
play
thing
my
with gacha games. You gotta get the husbandos and the waifus.
Yeah.
waifus.
Okay, it's
I
the
was gonna say
same
that,
thing right
husbandos.
there. Okay, same thing. Anybody got another example?
So
Listen. The way I play my COD is if I can get right up in the ass of my enemy and just
What?
shoot him up with them fucking 16 bullets, as many as I can get them before I get
This is the most random.
Listen, that is lustful to me. Now I'm not gonna lie.
So, like games you play because basically,
You gotta,
You get a fucking kick out of it? Like, well,
yeah, man.
I don't know. I don't think anybody can pick that between the word usage and the topic. I don't know. Caesar kind of like killed
gotta
that.
get right up
Difficult.
there.
The word usage is where we're at. You know, the fucking topic means
I
nothing.
don't know
think
where he
about-
goes. The way I beat COD, which sounds like the other thing, is getting it. And I was like, what the hell is happening?
That's what we're doing here. We're fuck
What
the
I'm
usage.
saying.
It's all about the words.
That is creepy.
That was very excellently.
Hard to beat.
That was hard to beat. Caesar. That was like spot on comedy with the right word usage.
Anybody want to go next? And after that,
Listen,
Follow that up?
Yeah, we can't follow that up, man.
Like,
That's
Dean
not
is
possible.
my waifu.
I mean,
and
I can
so is
say
Senna.
that, for
For
example,
recently-
I always pick to play as females in my games when you get to pick characters, just because I'm like, I want to look at a female, not a male.
Is that why
Play
I'm
around.
always hitting on
That's the
you?
reason I pick them.
God damn it!
Huh? Eh?
Is that why I'm always hitting on you? I didn't know.
Oh
I
my god.
swear to God, I did not know
Like,
that.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. Sex sells in the video game industry. Okay.
In everything.
Yeah.
In
I mean, exactly in everything.
This is why men get a shit fucking deal whenever they're committing to anything in life.
I don't know what that.
yeah,
That related to anything, but okay.
Yeah, that was beyond.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I went too overboard.
Anybody? You guys got any examples? I'm just curious.
I don't know,
Anything-
Gilbert, you have one in Kami, the new one.
Capcom knows what they're doing. Okay. Capcom knows what they're doing.
Okay. I know exactly where to go. The top sellers on Steam, man. Every time. The trending shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. New on trending. I see this game. I'm 100% honest. Called My MILF Stepmom.
Opens his Steam account.
On the trending.
Are you sure that's on trending?
It's on this fucking trending tab. I don't know.
It's not in
There
the
ain't
recently
nobody
played.
else is trending.
I'm sorry, that was
You
on my
fucking Bing or some shit?
And then like 2 out of the top 3 in the upcoming are also like the thing says screenshot may contain mature content, so I have it blocked.
Oh.
Nice,
Plastered everywhere.
baby. That's what we're talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the top shit.
Us,
Didn't
There was something dirty. Up
All right,
there.
hold on.
didn't
Go ahead, Myka.
didn't a game in that genre like got banned for being too extreme in the VR
Maybe.
setting?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised at all.
I gotta. You know what? We'll make it fun.
Wait, which one?
Something succubus or something like that.
Which one? Which game? I didn't
That's
catch
the
that.
one. Succubus.
There's
The
a
question
game.
is, what game have
Oh,
you?
I think Succubus.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Succubus.
I don't know what
Here's
The
here's
VR
a
got
issue
banned.
was.
here's a question to the group. What the game that you've bought or played due to the lust?
Listen,
Okay.
Gilbert, you motherfucker.
Gilbert wants to call out.
Oh my
Gilbert
God.
wants to like call out
I'm
on
here.
all of us.
I can.
I'm getting
First of
called
all,
out. Not
first
Gilbert,
of
I'm getting
all,
called out.
Gilbert, you know the answer to this question, dead or
Yeah.
alive.
Woo! Okay, Eric, are you gonna explain?
No.
You don't
Okay,
have to
I'm gonna
explain.
start,
Kicks
I'm gonna start. I'm
You
gonna
don't have
start.
to explain.
Listen,
I'll just
Final
say there's an age setting and there's a particular engine just for that game.
Gilbert, Final Fantasy 14. That's my answer. I will expand on this after everyone said their shit. Final Fantasy 14.
All right, we need to wrap up, so we do need to go quick.
Oh.
Didn't we talk about this already once?
Did we?
All right, quickly.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right, but we need to wrap up. So, any other thoughts on this? Otherwise, we can move.
No.
Yeah. Let me. I almost got married in Final Fantasy 14. Got married in game, almost in real life. Like dodge the bullet or whatever. That's what I tell myself. But damn, yo, I definitely suffered from lust at some point in that whole fucking deal.
I respect that. I respect
Yes.
A lot of people have met in that game.
I know, right? And so many games are like basically love services without the title.
Right.
Like Maple Story, for example. That's a cool
Which
game.
is still alive, FYI.
Yeah. And Final Fantasy
We do need
14,
to wrap.
which is fucking awesome to me.
We never mentioned dating sims, did we?
Dating sims are super
Yeah.
lust.
All right,
Like
guys,
they
let's
use
wrap.
That's the whole point of the
Yeah,
like
game.
lust.
let's wrap it up.
They're
Let's wrap it up.
fucking.
Alright. So let's wrap. So with that, that's our main course. That was interesting because we was completely unplanned. Usually we plan at least a little
Let's
bit.
wrap.
That's it for our main course, and we'll be moving on to our dessert. All right. So for this week, does anybody have a particular dessert?
Genshin 3.6 is out.
Yes, I'm jumping in on that. Genshin 3.6 is out. Like, what should I pull for?
Right now it's Nahida and Nilo.
Should I pull for Nilo? Is she cool?
No, but
No.
but Nahida is the Dendro Archon.
But Naida's like a fucking 2-year-old.
She's a loli, yeah.
I'm not dealing with it.
It's a loss right there.
It's anti-lust.
Anti-lust.
Piece of shit! Where are my big booby mamas? No, I have no lust for this. Where is my big booby mama Dendro character? Nowhere to be
Oh, that's
found.
right. They haven't made one.
Yeah.
You're right that there isn't one.
No lust. No lust.
No lust. No lust for
money,
Caesar.
No money. No money.
No lust for Caesar. That
Oh, I
means
mean
no money.
that banner has that
Is
banner
that
has
like
that banner has Layla. She's really cute.
She is, but I'm not willing to pay for that.
Well, next banner is old boy, so
Well, I'm not paying for that shit either.
It's like Caesar's making some sort of deal with like
Okay, I
a
want some
fucking.
examples
Nigga.
of lust.
Good shit.
Here it is. Here it
Not
is.
even
close,
in
though.
full
It's
Listen,
getting
display.
worse, by the way.
I need the fucking Pyro Archon. It has to come out this year. If the Pyro Archon doesn't come out this year, I'm screwed.
I don't think they're gonna come out this year.
Caesar's like picking like an escort or something.
Listen,
No.
my escort is the Pyro Archon. Like, I already have a zero with fucking arc.
You,
If I lose the Pyro Archon, I'm doomed.
it's not gonna be out this year for sure.
No, I'm doomed, I guess.
Next is Hydro Archon.
All right.
Is he
Any
Pyro
other?
Monster?
Any other?
Has some
Any other
milk.
search?
It's milk. Milk.
We need to move on. Any other search?
Yeah, I got one. So, I like speedrunning, right? Like that's
Do
basically.
you do speedrunning?
You do
I've
speedrunning?
dabbled in it, but not. I've never
Holy
taken
shit.
it
Are
seriously.
you wiggling your hips like you just don't care?
Caesar?
Oh, damn, that's like sexy as hell.
So let's ignore that and get to my point. Two things in the speedrunning world happened like this past week, at least that I saw. One, and has been happening for a while. There's a speedrunner in Super Mario 64, which is basically the most competitive speedrunning game, right? That's the game that has like the most people trying to beat it fast. And there's a guy called Green Suigi, like Luigi with an S. And he's been wrecking, like destroying the short category records. Like he now has records for 1 star, 0 star, and 16 star. And people are thinking like this is starting to get like really hard to beat, like a perfect run kind of thing.
In Mario 64?
Yeah, Mario 64. And people are thinking like he's a monster, he's a robot, he's gonna go after the long categories next and like take those eventually too, right? We'll see.
Is he cheating?
No, I mean no inclination that he's cheating. You can see his
I-
VODs.
The only reason why I say something like that is usually when it's too good to be true. Sometimes it is.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Dream. Do
Yeah.
you guys remember Dream Minecraft? He lied. I think he did lie.
I mean, he probably lied after figuring. He eventually confessed, but
He had 10 million followers and a huge bank account.
That's true.
So far for him it's unlikely, right? He's been doing it for a couple of years now. You could see all of the VODs he has. You can literally hear the button presses, right? Like stuff like that.
What's his name, Manny? What's his
I
name?
already said it. Green
Luigi, man,
Luigi
Luigi.
with an S.
Green Suigi?
It's literally Luigi with an S. Yeah.
Suigi.
Suigi.
Okay, I gotta look up. I gotta look up.
And then the other speedrun thing that I wanted to mention, somebody beat Elden Ring blind.
Holy
Blindfolded.
With bananas or with a normal?
No, with a normal ass controller, but he couldn't see the fucking game, right? So he only used audio cues and memorized fucking
That just makes us all
pattern
feel
to
like
beat the game.
dumbasses, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Hey, guy who wasted 3 years of his life trying to pass Elden Ring. I did it blind. Fuck you, dude. I still haven't beaten Elden Ring.
Blind. The whole game blind.
I can't wait to see this like in a speedrun marathon or
That'd
something.
be
Like that would be fucking great. Yeah.
Like, I haven't beaten Elden Ring. I'm that dude. Like, I just like did myself in that portrayal.
You need to. I'm working on my fifth run at this point.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
No, I don't have time. I don't...
All right, I'm done. That was my lesson.
I'm dead.
Thanks.
Eric Jobert.
Street Fighter 6 showcase April 20th, I think it is. At 3 p.m. Pacific time.
That's 4 days away. 5,
Mhm.
7.
No, dude, that's 8 days away. That's like next
8 days away. Yes.
next Thursday.
Street Fighter what?
Showcase.
What are they showcasing?
The game, dude. What the fuck? I don't know. We don't know.
Probably the. I think they were gonna go into the open world a little bit and. Stuff like
What?
that.
We have a fucking open world Street Fighter game?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's open world, but there's something
Dragon
tied
Ball
to
Z.
that. We'll see.
Yeah.
It could be a very, very small world as long as it's open. It's called
As
open world.
long as you get to fuck Kun Lao open, like, fuck you,
What?
motherfucker.
All right.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
like-
Caesar is just crossing over now.
Yeah.
Like,
Finally, Sushi
Nixon-
corrupted him.
You're
he's
gonna
still
have to
on the
mute-
lust.
You
You're
don't
gonna
get
have to
to
mute him on that.
He's still like
Very much corrupted.
Like,
in that lust
He's corrupted.
mind phase,
No
and then he mixed in
filter.
Mortal Kombat with it.
Let's finish.
With no filter.
Alright.
This is holy shit.
Listen,
Eric, do you have anything?
listen.
No, I don't have
We,
anything.
we said at the beginning this is not rehearsed, so
No,
you
not
know,
at all.
I'm
It's
allowed.
not.
And it's fun. All
We
right,
moved
we
on
need
to
to
the
wrap up. We need
skins,
to wrap up.
man.
Fighter
All right.
characters with
No
Mortal
more
Kombat
skins.
characters.
Finish?
Yeah, finisher.
Right.
Jesus. Eric, you have anything?
No, nothing here.
So I guess we're done.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, finish it. Finish it.
Finish.
All right. So as we end our gaming meal, we'd like to thank everybody for listening. If you want, you can look for gaming meal most popular social media platforms. Feel free to go follow, a comment, all the social media stuff. Leave a thumbs up. Apparently, we're streaming on YouTube's.
Woo!
Also, please visit our website at thegamingmeal.com
It's
for
the
more
equivalent
gaming.
of a
They
Wooga.
better than Twitch.
That is all for today. Have a good one, everyone.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, Manny. I wanted to control, but the deadly
Cesar,
skins.
if when you say on YouTube that it's better than Twitch, bro, you're gonna get brother killed, man.
Cabrón, fuck
God.
Twitch. Cabrón, tuviste los fucking contratos que ellos hacían. Gretchen,
Shit.
Myka. Estamos hablando claro, ¿verdad? Esa gente es tan loca, los de Twitch, comparado con YouTube, con
I don't know.
Okay, hey, I have to go.